In addition to what Ryan said, Trevor Noah connects to one of the essential questions: to what extent does the past dictate the future? By showing her, by showing Patricia's relationship with Noah. In the case of Noah, he explores the contradictory world of Patricia. For example, the way Patricia treats Trevor is entirely conflicting, comparing how her parents treated her. While Trevor's mom, Patricia was unwanted, unlike Patricia, Noah wasn't. Throughout the book, we can see how Patricia thinks of Noah. For example, in page 63, um, here it says, "My mom used to tell me, I chose to have you because I wanted something to love, and something that would love me, unconditionally in return. I was a product of her research for belonging. She never felt like she belonged anywhere. She didn't belong to her mother, didn't belong to her father, didn't belong with her sister. She grew up with nothing and wanted something to call her own." Here, Trevor Noah develops the central theme of the chapter, maternal love, showing how much Patricia values her son Noah. This demonstrates that despite Patricia being the second girl in her family, where she could never truly rely on her family, she wants Trevor Noah to understand her central values: freedom, independence, which she spent much of her own life fighting for. This demonstrates how, even though Patricia was abandoned by her family, which was typical of the experience of the first generation born under apartheid, the experience she has experienced throughout her life, such as feeling the brutal or like going over the brutal suffering she had and being sent to the mission school, taught her resilience, especially when Noah was born, I guess, when Noah had officially became his son. To add on to it, Trevor Noah pointed out how painful and suffering Patricia's childhood was for her to endure as a child. Even Patricia said Noah's childhood will bear no resemblance to hers. In page 67. "Learn from your past and be better because of your past," she would say. "But don't cry about your past. Life is full of pain. Let the pain sharpen you. But don't hold on to it. Don't be bitter." And she never was. The deprivation of her youth, the betrayals of her parents, she never complained about any of it. In page 66. Patricia demonstrates how pain can be both motivating and discouraging to the readers. Even though Patricia went through the unbearable childhood, Patricia does not want Noah to face the same suffering. Instead, she wants Trevor Noah to be motivated by the pain he suffers, just as Patricia never fell apart during her childhood. In addition, Patricia does everything she can for Noah to express his freedom. When it was time to pick his name, she chose Trevor, a name with no meaning whatsoever in South Africa, no precedent in my family. It's not even a biblical name, it's just a name. My mother wanted her child beholden to no fate. She wanted me to be free to go anywhere, do anything, be anyone. This was mentioned in the Born of Crime in page 67. So this shows that not only that, she even spoke to Trevor like an adult, which was unusual. Here, Trevor Noah demonstrates that Patricia helps Trevor or Noah take the advantage of freedom by making his name with no meaning, where he can choose his own identity and where he belongs, and even giving him opportunity to think for himself, treating him equally as an adult. As I mentioned before, by giving him a name with no meaning, gives a chance for Noah to choose his own identity and where he belongs, which eventually, when he attends to school, he speaks different languages of different South African languages, giving him opportunity, belonging in many different society or communities. Trevor Noah, with his memoirs, spread his own experience focused on some major topics such as race, maternal love, and etc. His flashback of Bantu school and the black tax demonstrates the racial stereotype which existed within black South African communities during this time. In addition, his flashback of his experience in Patricia's childhood demonstrate how the past dictates our future to the extent that it influenced the next generation through personal experiences.